Your business owes the CRA $50,000 and you don't have $50,000. What do? Ignore the letters, stop answering the phone, hope the problem disappears? That's usually the worst strategy. If your business can't pay its CRA debt in full, you may still have options. But the longer you ignore the problem, the fewer options you may have. Hi, I'm Us Melbourne, founder of Melbourne Accounting Solutions. Today, we're discussing a situation that causes enormous stress for business owners: owing money to the CRA when the business doesn't have enough cash to pay it. Maybe it's GST, HST, payroll source deductions, corporate income tax, or several years of accumulated tax debt. Whatever the reason, the first thing I want you to understand is a cash flow problem doesn't improve by ignoring it. Let's talk about what you should do. First, don't ignore the CRA. Suppose your corporation owes $50,000. Cash flow has been difficult, so you put the CRA letters aside. Then another arrives, and another. You don't respond because you don't have the money. But here's the problem. Not responding doesn't freeze the debt. Interest can continue to accrue on unpaid amounts. Depending on the circumstances, penalties may also apply. And once collection activity progresses, the situation can become significantly more serious. Imagine a restaurant owner who's been struggling for several months. Sales are coming in, employees are being paid, suppliers are being paid, rent is being paid. But whenever cash gets tight, one payment keeps getting postponed: the CRA. First, it's $8,000, then $15,000, then $30,000. Eventually, the business owes $60,000. The owner finally says, "I can't afford to pay CRA." But here's the uncomfortable question. Can the business actually afford to continue operating if it cannot meet its tax obligations? That's the financial conversation we need to have. Step 1. Find out exactly what you owe, don't guess. Determine what tax account is outstanding, what periods are involved, how much is tax, how much relates to interest or penalties. Are all required returns actually filed? Do your accounting records agree with the CRA's records? Sometimes the first step isn't making a payment, it's understanding the problem accurately. Step 2, build a cash flow plan. Now we need to determine what the business can realistically afford. Not what you hope you can pay. What can you actually pay while keeping the business operating and meeting ongoing obligations? Look at cash available, expected collections, payroll, rent, suppliers, loan payments, upcoming taxes, and projected revenue. Then determine whether there's a realistic path forward. Step 3, communicate. Depending on the circumstances, the CRA may discuss a payment arrangement when a taxpayer cannot pay the full balance immediately. But understand something important. A payment arrangement doesn't necessarily eliminate interest or change the underlying amount legally owing, and the CRA will generally want to understand your financial circumstances and ability to pay. So don't promise, "I'll pay $10,000 every month," when your cash flow forecast shows you can only sustainably afford $3,000. An unrealistic arrangement doesn't solve the problem, it postpones it. Payroll and GST, HST deserve special attention. Business owners should be especially careful with amounts associated with payroll source deductions and GST, HST. These obligations can involve serious collection consequences. In certain circumstances, corporate directors can also face personal liability for particular unremitted amounts, subject to the applicable statutory rules and defenses. So, if your corporation is falling behind, don't assume incorporation automatically protects you from every CRA obligation. Get advice early. Don't borrow from tomorrow to pay yesterday. Here's the cycle I want business owners to avoid. This month's sales pay, last month's taxes. Next month's sales pay, this month's payroll. The line of credit pays suppliers. Credit cards cover operating expenses. And every month, the hole gets deeper. At that point, you don't simply have a tax problem. You may have a business model or working capital problem, and paying the CRA alone won't fix it. You need to understand why the debt accumulated in the first place. CRA debt is often the symptom. Cash flow failure may be the disease. Don't just ask, how do I pay the CRA? Ask, why didn't my business have the money available when the tax became due? That's the question that can prevent the problem from happening again. What if the business truly can't afford the debt? Sometimes the numbers reveal a more serious problem. The business cannot meet its CRA obligations. It cannot keep suppliers current. Debt is increasing, and there's no realistic cash flow path to recovery. At that point, the business owner may need advice beyond routine accounting and tax compliance. That could include discussing the situation with an appropriately qualified, licensed insolvency trustee or legal professional. The important thing is, don't wait until every option has disappeared before asking for help. At Melbourne Accounting Solutions, we help business owners understand what's behind their CRA balances. We can help organize your accounting records, determine what appears outstanding, review cash flow, prepare required filings, and help you understand the financial information you'll need when dealing with the CRA. And when the situation requires specialized legal or insolvency expertise, we'll encourage you to obtain the appropriate professional advice. If your business owes the CRA and you're losing sleep because you don't know what to do, don't hide from the numbers. Contact Melbourne Accounting Solutions. Let's understand the problem and determine the appropriate next step. Here's today's CEO question. If every tax obligation my business currently owes became payable today, could I pay it without borrowing? If the answer is no, you need to understand why before the next tax bill arrives. I'm Everald Melbourne, founder of Melbourne Accounting Solutions. Our mission is simple: to help Canadian business owners make smarter financial decisions, reduce unnecessary taxes, and build stronger businesses. If you found this lesson valuable, please subscribe to our channel so you never miss future Canadian business, tax, accounting, and financial insights designed to help you succeed. And if your business is behind with the CRA, contact Melbourne Accounting Solutions. The earlier we understand the numbers, the sooner you can begin making informed decisions about the way forward. Helping Canadian business owners learn, grow, prosper. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.